Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Minty Fresh Perspectives, where I give you a fresh, exciting point of view on all type of topics. I'm your boy, the one Minty. That's Theoneminty. Why? Because I got a fresh topic to talk to you about. Today's topic is 6:45. 6:45? What are you talking about? It's like 2 minutes to 9. Yeah, I know. What does 6:45 mean? It might mean different things to different people. But for the past month, I've been waking up really early. I go to bed late, I go to bed early, I go to bed, sometimes I don't go to bed, and I'm still waking up at around 6 something. So I started to turn over and look at my phone, and I kept on noticing around 6:45 in the morning. And it just never fazed me until this morning. I rolled over and looked up my phone, and it said 6:45. So I said, maybe God's trying to tell me something. So I got myself prepared in the bathroom and everything, and I grabbed my Bible, and I searched the entire scriptures, trying to find what chapter would be a 6 and a 45. There's only 3 chapters in the entire Bible. 3. They are Mark 6:45, Luke 6:45, and John 6:45. There's no other chapters in the Bible. I read all of them, and I found which one meant the most to me, and maybe what God was trying to explain to me. And also, having kids, maybe I could pick up something like this that might benefit them. So here we go. I came up with Luke 6:45, and I'm pretty sure this is what God was trying to tell me. The good person out of the good treasure of his heart produces good, and the evil person out of the evil treasure produces evil. For out of the abundance of his heart, the mouth speaks. That is Luke 6 verses 45. So what does that mean? I feel that meant that we store up who we are. What's done in the dark will come to the light. If we are a really, truly good person, remember, good people aren't the ones that make it to heaven. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. But good attributes and good intentions, it's like spider senses that my wife says I have. It's called discernment. You have a spider sense. You can start to see what people's good intentions are and whatnot, and what their bad intentions are. If you start to get a vibe or a creepy feeling or like a spider sense, like I said, you'll start to understand these things. But I started to wonder, am I producing good fruit? Am I an apple tree producing pears? Or am I an apple tree producing apples? Will people look at me and say, whoa, that's a nice, strong, sturdy apple tree? Or will they look at me and say, I don't know what kind of fruit this guy is producing, but he sure isn't an apple tree. And see, as a Christian, we want to be represented by our fruits. By your fruits, you'll be known. Love, joy, peace, long-suffering, patience, self-control, kindness. These are the fruits of the Spirit. And you'll find these in Ephesians 6. I apologize. You'll find these in Galatians 5, verses 22, the fruit of the Spirit. So, what does this all mean? So I thought about it, and I was breaking down, how do we store up our fruits and then produce out of our mouth and produce out of our actions. And honestly, my wife would always say this, ha ha ha, just kidding. Well, she'd always say, well, in every joke, there's some truth. So if we are storing up stuff that is inside of us, eventually it's going to come out. So how do we change the way we think? We got to renew our mind. We also got to think about, how do we judge others? Judge not in the same way. You'll be judged. Forgive and you'll be forgiven. Give and it will be given unto you. These are all actually in Luke. That's like Luke 37 around. We just have to check ourselves before we wreck ourselves. I'm not trying to quote Michael Jackson, but he said, I'm looking at the man in the mirror. Well, you can't tell a brother there's a speck in his eye when there's a plank in your eye. Remove the plank first, and then you'll be able to tell your brother that there's a speck in his. Loving our enemies. What good is it if we just love everyone that loves us? Jesus said that actually in Luke 27, but I say to you, you who hear, love your enemies, and do good to those that hate you. Bless those who curse you. Pray for those who abuse you. To love one who strikes you on the cheek, offer them also the other cheek. Or if someone wants your your cloak, then offer them your tunic. What is he trying to say? He's trying to say that we have to be known by our fruits. We have to walk in a manner that people will look at us and know what tree we are. Because I told my kids this morning about a wolf in sheep's clothing, and they never heard that story before. So I told them, that the wolf would stand up on top and look down at all the sheep, and the sheep would, they'd be eating, and the wolf would run down and try and eat them, but they'd all run away because they saw him coming. And he did that day after day after day until sooner or later he went, you know what? The wolf would just dress up, and it would go down, and it would blend in and chill with the other, sheep, and say, what up, what up, what up? And then next thing you know, wow, it would eat one of the sheep, and that'd be it. See, you can't always, judge a book by its cover, but you can tell how much it's going to cost. That's why you got to use, your intuition and discernment and your spider sense, so to speak, and as I talked about earlier. And I don't know, I just feel that it was a good teaching moment for my kids. And sometimes when God talks to you, you got to listen. And 6:45 in the morning every single day. So I listened. Anyways, I hope that was kind of an interesting message for you. And I hope that it did something to you. And if you start getting visions or similarities that start happening in your life, maybe you'll listen and look into the Bible, because the Bible stands for basic information before leaving Earth. Bible. So listen, God's trying to talk to you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we out.